Hello everybody, Tim Robson back at the village with John, Carlisle 195.
Hey.
We've literally just got here. It's about
exactly how we left it.
Yeah, it's exactly how we left it. I was just going to say it's about 7 PM. I think it's about 7, half 6 or something like that. The 1.5 story debris shelters.
7 PM on the dot.
I thought it was 7. It's still fantastic. Little tool shed.
It's getting nippy now, like, isn't it?
It is, the winter is coming. And into the main place. We literally got here, like I said, bags are just dumped, and we just unwrapped the kiln to have a look at that, and it's also good. You can't really see it that well, but such is life. Like I said, it's about 7, so not much light left in the day. I'm gonna get my amok set up on the little frame, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one. We're here for 2 nights, so probably saving an amount of the filming for the daytimes, but I'll let you know what's going on as usual. There we go. I've got my amok set up on this frame that we built ages ago. It's still going strong. Whoopee slings on. Just about to put my tarp up. The bug net closed so that now it gets in there while I'm out and about in camp. Well, been here for a couple of hours now, mainly just setting things up and taking things down and putting things up.
Building an entire new shelter.
Yeah.
Eating a ripple.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna eat one of those. Fire's on, just lit it. It's gonna be roasting us off nicely. And it's trying to rain, so it looks like it's gonna be a wet one. It's raining.
Very heavily.
Yeah, very heavily. A wet mess out there. The ground's soggy and all the wood is wet. Getting through though. It's grand. I'm just laughing at the state of John's plate.
It's
chipped and bent and
it's in some it's in some uses.
yeah, it's nearly cracked.
Where?
Here, like the
No, I'll get another year and a half out of that, man. I'm telling you,
it's still solid, but
oh, maybe not. That is really, it's really coming down.
yeah, it is. I don't know whether you can see it on the camera.
Wait, they'll
Focus. Yeah, you can see it now. Aye, so just taking shelter from the rain. I can't really take the mick out of John too much for his plate, considering I forgot to bring my cup. So my cup for the evening, the bottom of a plastic bottle.
yeah, the cup of shame.
The cup of shame.
Cup of shame, that's what it is.
John's just making up some little parcels for dinner. Salmon and some king prawns in there.
Well, they're not very king about them, are they?
No, they are quite small for king prawns, but hey ho. They'll be tasty nonetheless. Got salad there as well to go with them, and some herb dressing. It'll be really nice. I'm looking forward to it. Well, I've got my salad. And a little parcel of joy.
Fish.
Nice salmon. Very good. So, fully enjoyed that meal. Really nice bit of salmon and some prawns with that salad. Very good. And in here we have a dessert. Steamed chocolate pudding. Looking forward to that. A really good night so far. Just keeping warm by the fire, out of the rain. Gonna be a good productive day tomorrow. One night. It's been a really good one. Nice and comfy and warm out of this rain. Which, as you can hear, is still pouring down. I'm really enjoying this hammock. I love it. It's so comfortable. When you've been sat on, you know, like... Is there?
Yeah.
John's just informed me that there's a yellow weather warning. Is it for rain? Yeah. Yellow rain weather warning for tonight and tomorrow. That'll be good. So I'm gonna go to sleep and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Had a really good sleep. About 10 hours. It's not absolutely pouring it down now either, which is good. I have got a crippling headache. Oh, it's been about another 3 or 4 hours since I recorded last. I went back to sleep. It's now nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I've got a royally bad headache. So, minging painkiller water and that should be right as rain. You can tell it was very wet last night. As a slight river has emerged. It's all very swampy on the ground. Well, here we can see John adding to his tarp graveyard. This is the final resting place of the the brown DD. You can see all the patches that it's got on it, all the duct tape anyway, so
It had a good life.
yeah, it did have a good life. And now it's going to be a shelter, so it'll keep doing a job for a long time.
Oh, aye.
I'm just sitting recuperating from a headache, waiting, getting these painkillers working in me, and whoa, yeah, just waking up a bit further. You can see the blades that I've got ready for heat treating. They're all drilled out to the correct sizes. Lanyard tube and pins on these ones. And these ones are just going to be triple pinned. they're only about half of the finished sand that they're going to get. These are just taken to 220 grit. They're going to be taken to 600 when they're finished. So I'm going to get the kiln lit up and get those heated out and quenched, ready to take back home and be tempered. So we decided last night, after realising that the wind had been really having at this shelter, that we were going to take it down and use the materials for something else. John's been building this. It's a really long, wide, like lean-to. It's in a slightly drier area of the village as well. You come down this little, not even a much of a raise, and you're into pooling water. So there's my coffee this morning. I physically couldn't stomach the thought of drinking coffee out of a plastic bottle, so just wait for it to, it's already not too bad. Wait for it to cool a little bit more so I don't burn my lips.
Wow, that's hot. It's only been on for seconds.
Yeah, literally just put it on and it's already ready for turning. Already ready for turning. Oh, I do like bacon. I've got the chimney set up. Gonna get this bad boy lit up. So, kiln's lit up nicely. Just gonna get some bigger stuff stuck on there and get it heated right up for an hour, and then we'll be on the go. Kiln is lit and stacked up with wood. Just gonna wait for this to burn down to embers, and then in with John's knife. I'm gonna soften that. Heat it up to temperature and then let it cool slowly, and it will be nice and soft, and I'll be able to drill it and sand it and file it a lot easier than I can now. Oh guys, you've no idea how much I can not wait to eventually be able to get a gas forge. Just light it up, heat it up and be done. Basically about an hour or so of sitting here and just stoking the kiln with wood until we get the entire internal temperature up. Basically until you see the walls start to glow and there's a big thick base of embers in there, and then you know that it's all ready for putting the knives in and getting them up to temperature. So there we have my quenching tank, which is the dustbin lid upside down in a hole in the ground so it's nice and stable. I'm going to fill it up to a certain level and quench in that. I've got a bolt, a big hefty bolt stuck in there, and when that gets up to temperature I'm going to chuck it in the oil and let the oil warm up before quenching. Going well, starting to get a good furious burn on inside. Getting a nice solid ember base as well. John's hard at work. He's taken the big wall down that was on this section of the shelter. He's opened it up nicely, and
I'm going to recycle this ladder as a bed.
not a bad idea, man. It's nice and straight. So I've got the lid topped up with some oil to the level I need it. I'm going to get the bolt out of the kiln and stick it in there, heat it up. There's the bolt. Just about to take it out and stick it in the oil. It's very, very hot. Nice. So that is all the knives in, heating up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That oil will be up to temperature now. Rolling, everything's going well. I'm happy and, you know, not too tense about the situation. I'm getting pretty confident with heat treating in this method now, since we've done a Dakota fire pit and we've softened many knives in this, and yeah, it's all working nicely. Here we go with number 1. Number 2. So there we go. Don't forget that the colour of those blades on the camera with the lighting and things will not have given the true colour, so anybody who's going to say that they weren't hot enough, they were. That I was checking them out of the light behind the kiln before quenching them to make sure they were a nice cherry red all the way from the edge up to the spine and part way through the handle, so I could then differentially quench them and get a, you know, a differential heat treat throughout the blade, harder on the edge, slightly softer through the spine and towards the handle. I'm going to take those out of there now and give them a clean off, and they'll be ready to take home and temper. It was a productive like 6 hours. John has built a whole new shelter and changed out over the wall and stuff. And
you didn't do it justice there, Tim, right?
built a floor.
John has taken down a 2-story shelter, tidied up the entire one side of camp, built a new shelter, a new raised bed and raised floor in the village.
And taken that wall down.
Oh, and taken that wall down to
And
reopen
cut up loads of wood and cooking beef.
Yeah, now I'm cooking beef.
Yeah.
What can I say? I've got a hyperactive life.
John's like, I'm gonna go to camp and chill. I've been working for 7 days.
Just worked 12 hours solid. But it looks good now.
It really does. It's awesome. And I've just been kiln stoking, sweating, and then quenching those knives like you just saw. So a productive day all round. Things are on the way. It's all going good.
Watch your feet.
The beef has arrived.
Cooking Yorkshire puddings on magma. So hot that.
Fire glove?
It's... No, I kind of like it.
Okay. Right. Hot stuff.
Magma. I need a knife. That is awesome.
Very nice. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Grand. Well, that's me in my hammock again. Nice and comfy. Looking forward to a nice good long sleep again. I've got my hat this time. I forgot my hat, or I couldn't find it yesterday anyway, so I got a head cold. Well, not a head cold, I just got a bit of a cold head and woke up with a really bad headache. So hopefully a hat should help. Had a brilliant night, brilliant day. Really enjoyed the live chat. Aye, lots of good food. Sure, I'm about a stone heavier sitting in this hammock than I was last night. See you all in the morning. Morning, everybody. I've had an amazing sleep in my amazing hammock. John's taken the mick out of me for yawning like a whale. I've had the bug net on my hammock all night and I've really enjoyed it. It's been nice. It's nice to have that little bit of like enclosed feelingness. I like it. As you can see, it's a nice blue sky day, nice and bright and quite warm. I'm gonna get up soon and start moving around. Get my head used to being awake. This fire has not stopped since we got here. Every time it goes down or we wake up in the morning, just do a little scratching around for some embers and blow on them. It comes back to life.
I didn't have to scratch around this morning, there was a whole log.
Oh yeah, you burnt that like bench log, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a fair chunky piece of wood.
Still a little bit of that there this morning.
Nice. So yeah, I've just got up. John's already got water on for coffee.
Boiling.
Oh. Everything's grand. Oh, careful, man.
That rock went. That felt safe. Almost fell in the fire. Did you get that on video?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Good, I'll have to watch that.
Well, that's us all packed and ready to go pretty much. It's been another awesome time at the village. Really enjoyed it. Ready to get back on the road and have a good drive home. 20 feet of pure bushcraft bliss. Look at it. That is what you call a camp, that. Right, we're on the path. Time to go. Hope you've all enjoyed watching. It's been a really good one. Yeah, anyway, all the best to you and see you next time.